Right, hello, and welcome back to the Kameo playthrough. Where we left it off last time, we had just explored a little bit of the Enchanted Kingdom. We'd gotten lost trying to search for things which have not yet spawned in. And other than that, we basically just got this game rolling, really. Today we're going to be going into the Badlands and heading over to the Forgotten Glade. I can't imagine today's episode will be particularly long, given how much time we actually spend in the Badlands, or at least have access to at this point. A lot of the way this game is designed is such that you come back and forth between different areas to unlock more things later on. So for now, we're just going to kind of explore the Dungeon of Eternal Life and just going to see what we've got available to us before we head on through. We need our companion Ash before we can get through. So for now, we're just going to go and read around the different types of trolls. Thriving at high temperatures, fire trolls are a result of Thorn's elemental experiments and have some frightening abilities. Fire trolls can summon explosive attacks out of thin air to disorientate and assault their enemies, and can even disappear and reappear at will. A fire troll's defense is greatly weakened if its flames are extinguished, though it will easily reignite itself if left alone. Interesting. I've always wondered how these guys get caught, and I've also always wondered what the purpose of these barrels are. I don't think I've ever seen any use for them in any of the playthroughs I've ever done of this game. I assume they were meant to be some kind of explosives, but at the same time, why would they be in here with these guys? But they're everywhere. They're throughout the entire game, and you never find a use for them. Anyway, the next one. Thorn's failed experiments to harness elemental magic for himself gave rise to this creature, nimble and dangerous, with strong defenses, an ice troll. The ice troll prefers to create a hard icy shield to block the attacks of its opponent before melting the shield into a jet of water. Okay, so I didn't realise it was actually water. Oh, that's cool. When the shield is melting, it can be broken with a watery headbutt, leaving the creature vulnerable. Interesting. I'd always thought it was a little burst of ice rather than a blast of water, but that's really cool to know. Clearly, someone didn't make it in here. Anyway, next one. From our little puzzle, which we did last time, there are only four trolls in this dungeon. This one is one which you never actually get to see in the game, outside of this singular plant troll. This early incarnation of the fearsome plant trolls is believed to be the last of its species. Roaming the wilderness in the last age, these sly creatures would ensnare a victim in their tendrils, draining the life energy from their captive and feeding upon it themselves. Like their modern-day counterparts, these plant trolls proved extremely vulnerable to fire. Today, plant trolls are fortunately no longer imbued with life-sapping abilities. I've always thought it'd be quite cool to face one of these in battle, but it's a shame there's not like a DLC section or a little area which you can go back to and find one of them. I think that would have been quite a cool opportunity for a boss battle. And here we go, our regular chump. I did not know you could do first person. That's really good to know. With a saucepan on his head. The classic. Okay, well, anything really left to do in this dungeon? Let's get out of here.
Halt! What's your business?
I'm looking for the Forgotten Forest. Who wants to know?
The forest? It's not far. I'd take you, but trolls are making a real mess trying to destroy the elemental shrines. And I'm committed to stopping them.
I'm sure I'll manage. Wait, the shrines? Those are what maintain the shield around the Enchanted Kingdom. You can't let them be destroyed.
So I'm told, but 2 have already been demolished. If we lose any more, you'll be getting some uninvited guests.
Just great. Well, I'll have to get to the forest, but it sounds like you need my help.
We'll be fine. Take one of my horses, it'll be safer. Expect to run into some trolls.
And there we go. I've always wondered what happens if you lose an elemental shrine. I'm pretty sure it just counts as a death, unfortunately. It'd have been really cool if they had actually accounted for a loss of 1 or 2 and actually had some trolls breach the perimeter defenses, such that you can have like a defensive battle as opposed to always being on the offense. I mean, excluding taking down and defending the elemental shrines, it is. It is a shame that the trolls never actually make it to the Enchanted Kingdom. Anyway, this is something which the game does fantastically well, and I don't think, for a game of its age, I don't think any other game ever quite was so willing to put so many enemies in front of you, or so many allies for that matter.
Leave the trolls for our soldiers to deal with. We have to rescue Hellas before he comes to harm. I've marked the location of the Forgotten Forest on your map.
Simple enough. Let's get out of here. Okay, so at this singular point in time, because we've unlocked so little elemental warriors, I think we're just going to head on straight through to the Forgotten Forest and do that today, rather than explore the Badlands. As you can see on the map, it's quite a large area, and there's certainly a lot to do in this region. There are 3 or 4 different warrior trials which you can complete for elemental fruits. That's what they're called. I really should know that off by heart by now. As well as several other items to just kind of collect. We'll be. I think we won't have a dedicated kind of, not really episode, video. There we go. To the Badlands. I think we'll just do it bit by bit as we pass through onto the next area, the next regions. And there we go. It's our boy Rubble.
To enter the Forgotten Forest and rescue Hellas, we'll need to rescue Rubble. Even if it's a trap, you must follow that shadow troll back to its lair.
Easy enough. And here we go. Another elemental fruit. Now there are quite a few in this area, some of which you do have to come back to find once you've gotten access to Chilla.
You. Do something to get these beasts out of my home. I'll reward you, I promise. Just please sort this mess out.
If you insist. How cruel. Well, if they're going to be attacking civilians... Oh! I got interrupted. Very well. Charge out this. This is definitely one of my favourite attacks. For that very reason.
My word, that was impressive. Reward? I don't remember mentioning such a thing, but if you insist. Will this do?
I think it'll do perfectly. There we go. We've got 3 there for that. Hi, love. I'm so glad you're keeping well. I can't wait to come and visit once it's all calmed down a bit. Saffron sounds like a lovely girl, and I look forward to trying that cafe of yours. Love, Mum. Oh, how adorable. Anyway, time for some property damage. In here, things to buy: 1 flowers, 2 pumpkin soup, 400 grams fresh compost. Yeah, sentient plants are definitely not one of the things you typically expect to find. Who is this? Dill's house. Interesting. Anything around here? Now, I can't quite remember off the top of my head where all of the elemental fruits are located in this area, so it's definitely going to be a bit of fumbling around. I will try to get all of them that I can. There we go. Before we leave each section, I know most of them, if not all of them, can be collected before you head on to the next one. There isn't too much of a requirement to kind of backtrack. However, eventually we will have unlocked the gates, which should allow us relatively easy travel to and fro. Okay. Let's collect as much money as we can. I think I'm going to head this way first. Because I do believe somewhere around here is a sign. Or not. Somewhere. I hope it's not going to be exactly like it was last time, where I spent most of the time trying to find one of those damn signs. There is one somewhere. I cannot remember off the top of my head where it is, unfortunately. I will not go in here first because we need a elemental warrior with fire attacks first. But I will, I think, explore over here. One thing to note, if I ever mention another channel or another source, whether or not it's my Twitch stream, go check it out, or another YouTube channel, I will often put the link in the description. So one to note for today, there was a channel called Banjo Gate, if I remember correctly, who has a lot of the Kameo soundtrack, not really recorded, but uploaded. A lot of these pieces of music are actually cut. They were originally put in the game, but were then removed because they had no real purpose. Some of these are actually really good. I really like this one. It's just kind of a bit of a... Oh, Steve Burke really did a fantastic job in this game, and the music it's genuinely enjoyable. And any game which has a banging soundtrack is always... It always holds a strong grip on my heart. We regretfully inform customers that due to supply shortages, only tribal citizens and soldiers will be served. Oh. Today's specials: pumpkin pie, pumpkin juice, mystery soup, pumpkin parfait, forest surprise, spring water. I wonder what's in the mystery soup. Such a great track. There are others, and I'll probably do them. I'll probably play them bit by bit as we kind of go through. But again, Banjo Gate, if I remember correctly, is the YouTube channel. If not, I apologise, I've got it wrong. But the correct link will be in the description. So we do have quite a bit of money, so I'm just gonna. I think we'll kind of rush the the money pouches, just because the higher you get, the more beneficial it is. It's definitely worth kind of prioritizing that over other elemental fruit. Speaking of, we are actually going to upgrade the last two. So if you skip out of that, it saves the animation, which can be quite long. That's our boy. Okay, Pummelweed is maxed out, so let's make our way forwards. Ooh. That's quite cool. This game gives me very strong Wizard 101 vibes, if any of you are familiar with that. Absolutely great. MMO, I think, is the best term for it. Absolute staple of my childhood. Before it became very paywalled, unfortunately, as most... It's a sign. Quite literally. It's an actual sign. They're real. More signs are hidden near. Now think, where might the locals go to drink? Okay, we're gonna go hunt down the sign, because I spent way too long last time trying to find the one in the Forgotten in the Enchanted Kingdom. Sorry. Oh dear. They're real. I knew I wasn't imagining it. This game just brings a nice sense of calm to me.
So much to learn.
In fact, let's play another one. The stream that is the water source will lead you to sign 3, of course. Oh, I love this game. It's so good. The water source, eh? So it's got to be up there then. And there we go. The branch that leads to Mushroom Cave will house my sign inside to be brave. So it must be back this way. more insects. Okay, because we have Razor Top, we can just kind of stand here and do damage. Although it's probably a little bit quicker just to punch it to death. Here we go. Ow. Try and get past these. And here we go. Next sign. A home came under troll attack. You'll find my next sign round the back. So that was the first one who came through. We'll get this afterwards. It was worth an attempt. There we go. As I mentioned last time, I do wish the Shadow Realm was explored a little bit more. The combat definitely could have had a bit more creativity thrown into it. I mean, I believe it's just the 2 shots for this one. Yeah. That is, quite literally, that is the only change that has occurred in this region. It takes 2 shots to take them out now. Where is he? There he is. Easy enough. And here's our little boy. Oh yeah. Now an interesting thing to note about this game is it took a very long time to actually complete. I believe it had a development time of 8 years.
We've woken some mosquitoes. If you'd like to train with rubble, try slinging some rocks. Collecting
the game was originally designed to be almost Pokemon-esque in nature. You'd go around and collect all the spirits and use them in a Pokemon-style kind of combat system. This inevitably changed to be more, well, main character orientated, such that you took the first-person role, and ultimately went through, I think it was 4 different consoles before it eventually settled and was finished for the Xbox 360. And there we go, our second elixir of life. And a nice, easy elemental fruit as well. Ooh, we got quite a few there. Okay, I'm going to do the first 2, I think. Beautiful. And rapid charge as well, I think. Okay. Should make him a little bit more potent. Do not like mosquitoes. Let's take care of as many of them as possible. It's 1.
First it was the shadow troll, and now these nasty-looking mosquitoes have woken up. Please use that new warrior of yours and help me.
If you insist. There's the next one. And there's another one. I believe there's only the 3. Any more? I think that's all of them. Nope, there's another one over here. There we go.
Oh, that's enough research for one day, I fancy. Here, you can take these provisions as repayment for your assistance. I'm off.
Lovely. That should allow us to get the last one as well. Or the second to last one. Okay. We'll grab the... Once we've got one more element of fruit, I think we'll go through the history of rubble. But for now, let's make a move on. Trees of eyes. Definitely a little bit creepy. Home came under troll attack. You'll find my next sign around the back. Okay. Ooh, we survived that. So it's got to be. Here it is. You solved the clues and found my sign. The fruit is yours that once was mine. Some very strong Dr. Zeus vibes. Here we go. Okay, just the one we needed. Okay, let's read his history quickly. And I think we will move on and go save our uncle. It's up to you guys whether or not you prefer longer videos. I'm in a mixed mindset. Either I can make them shorter and only have them 15 to 20 minutes, or I can go for longer ones, which are roughly around half an hour, where we'll try and complete an entire section. So normally it will just be the entirety of the Forgotten Glade, for example, or the Ocean Kingdom, or whatever it's called, etc, etc. It's up to you guys. I'm definitely open for both. Rubble was once recovered by the king of the Sixth Age, when the elves discovered a remote cave on the peak of a distant mountain. Climbing to the top of this mountain was a difficult and lengthy journey that cost several lives, but the king was at last successful. Rubble ensured that the soil underfoot would always be fertile and produce good, healthy crops. In combat, his abilities helped the royals to turn the tide of many battles. Those were difficult times, as the elves struggled to bring peace to the land, but Rubble ensured many victories as his powers trapped bandits underneath many tons of earth and stone, and split the very earth itself to swallow up an approaching army. Interesting. It's a shame he doesn't actually have such a ability. That sounds ridiculously cool. There we go. Easy enough. Okay, how much? We only have 26 coins. That's a shame. We can only contain 100, was it? Let's see. I know you can get quite a lot of coins in this next section, so if we could buy the next money pouch, that would definitely be a good aid. No, it's only 100, but unfortunately we wasted quite a bit last time. Okay, that's fine. Let's go rescue Uncle Hallis.
I can almost sense Hallis deep within this forest. Whatever may be lurking in these trees, we'll have to defeat it and reach the forest temple.
If he insists. way to go out.
God, that were brill. Thanks for saving me. Let me show you a secret to get past those stupid troll barricades.
Okay. I'm curious as to why it tells us the trick to get past, considering we already use this technique to... regardless. Oh, they were too slow. Now, if we lure them to the fire... There we go. And next one... Easy. No, you don't. Oh, no! Let's not get too close ourselves. Okay, onwards. A little close for my liking. That, not quite so much. There you go. The mystery of where all the elf knights come from is still unsolved to this day. Most of them just seem to randomly drop from the sky. I'm not going to particularly complain though, they are quite helpful. Sometimes. It's 2. Let's see if we can get the last one. Let's see. Can we get 2 in 1? There we go. So, this is an area where I quite like to set things up. As you can see here, there's very obviously going to be a couple of the guys from the sky. If you just kind of knock them towards the edge, typically they just get destroyed like that. As they're deemed out of bounds. Fire also takes them out. Very nice. We'll leave these chumps behind. They're not much of a concern for us. Not where you can just charge through them like that. Ooh, there's one more. I'm going to take this with us. Same again. they go. However, these fools have nothing to actually obtain, so he can just take them out. In fact, I can take them out a little bit quicker. Ooh. Ooh, got a big boy. Now this guy's not particularly too difficult to take out. In fact, there's a very easy way of taking him out. And that is by just getting to walk over. Let's see. Put your foot on it. Ooh. There we go. That was two. Where is it? There it is. Ow. How rude. Fools are shooting themselves. There we go. And there's another one somewhere. There he is. Now you can just fly straight over them. There's no real reason you need to take them out. Your hover jump can just get straight past them. In fact, let's make a move on. Okay, and here we go. Ah, we did unlock the 100. I didn't realise we'd... I was worried we'd run out. It's good to see. Okay, we need to unlock something else first. Assume we need to go up those stairs. It's always worth exploring as much as physically possible. It all kind of adds up in the long term.
Remember, I'm always here in the whatnot to help you.
That I am aware. Ooh, that was a little bit close for my liking. But worth the risk. There's one. There's two. Let's do this. Again, please do mention in the comments whether or not you guys think I should do shorter ones or longer ones, which you prefer. I'm more than happy out either way.
I don't believe it. That's old Norwood of legend, and Alice is trapped inside it. It won't be easy to defeat a demon like this, so study its attacks carefully.
Went the wrong way. Oh, we're too slow. One more. Ooh, too early. And there we go. Easy enough.
Kameo, I just wanted to say that you were great. In fact, you reminded me of your father today.
Don't say that. I never knew him, but I've heard enough to know he'd never have let Thon get the drop on him like he did on me, which is why we're in this mess.
Ha ha! King Solon was a great elf, but he wasn't perfect. Long before you were born, your father made a pact with the trolls and allowed them to live in the realm.
Why would he let those monsters into our lands?
They are brutes, but they're also surprisingly brilliant at making machines. I guess you'd have to be if you couldn't use magic. Anyway, Solon thought these machines would make all the tribe's lives easier, which, at first, they did. Unfortunately, a troll named Thorn, who was bigger, smarter, stronger, and meaner than any before, quickly rose to prominence under the troll's newfound prosperity. Many of us warned your father to be wary, but he was too preoccupied with finding the elemental sprites to truly notice. and flippantly declared that no troll would ever dare defy him. Then came the day that Thorn proclaimed himself king of the trolls and set about to conquer all he surveyed. Much harm was done, and many suffered before your father came to his senses and was finally able to rout Thorn and again banish the trolls from the realm. Thorn swore vengeance, and Solon deeply regretted ever opening the door to such a monster. So don't you think you're the only one who's ever underestimated Thorn. Just promise me you'll never misjudge his power again.
I promise.
Good. And that's enough idle talk, as you still have a long journey ahead. Which I am truly sorry my injuries robbed me of the honor of accompanying you on. But I do possess one thing you will find helpful in your quest to vanquish Thorn once and for all. Ash.
There we go.
His name is Ash, and I'm confident you two will burn it up from here on out.
Thanks, Uncle Hallis. You don't know how much that means. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a kingdom to protect, and a troll king to bring down.
Damn straight. Okay, I think I'm going to call that there. I hope you've enjoyed today's video.
Can you hear me?
Ooh. After a quick cutscene from the Mystic. As I've mentioned before, this game is very expositive in nature.
Mystic, you won't believe it, but Uncle Hallis gave me an elemental sprite.
Tricky, tricky, tricky. I wondered where those others were.
Sorry?
Nothing important, but what is that you must save the ancestors before Callus and Thorn take any sprites they might be holding.
Pish posh, the ancestors will never give them up.
Don't you see, you babbling book? They're taking them to the temples because the demons are strong enough to force the elemental sprites out.
Then I'll just have to stop the demons, won't I?
Very good.
And there we go.
I see Lenya, deep, deep underwater, trapped in the ruins of the Water Temple, home of Keralis, most wicked demon of the infinite depths.
Underwater? Then it's impossible for me to save her.
Nothing is impossible to one who holds the whatnot. Head to the mountain falls and keep your eyes open.
That's what it's called.
For if you are diligent, I sense you will find an elemental warrior capable of helping you reach the Water Temple. Trust me, and make haste.
Okay, and there we go. I think I'm going to call that there. It's been good to date, and we've basically completed the entirety of the Forest Glade. So we now do have Ash, which we will be utilising to his fullest capability next time. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you later. Bye now.